During this marathon, I was fully present during the whole race. Just being able to experience body, mind, and spirit, everything that I was supposed to experience during the race, and being drawn into all the lessons, being drawn into the pain of the experience, and even when after, and the euphoria of the experience, during, before, and after, fully in the experience. And it's important to be like that in life, to totally be in the experience of life. And it's not easy to always do it. And at the point that you think that you are totally experiencing life all the time, you're not. You're reacting to life. On the day of the marathon, when I had reached this bus stop right here, I had reached 1 mile. And as soon as I got to 1 mile, it dawned on me that it had been 7 years since I had jogged 1 mile. And I had 25.1 miles to go. Imagine if I would have taken 3 months for training, 10, 20 hours a week, and then in the final hour I wasn't able to register. I would have been pissed off. But since I was untraining, as soon as I couldn't register, actually I anticipated it, I just went and switched my direction. I decided to run the marathon down here in San Diego by myself. Why would I have to go that far out of that way to learn the lessons that I needed to learn? And tell you what, you can believe this or not believe it, but I think I was meant to run it down here. And I did. Without any distractions, just be able to be fully present and get all the messages that I needed to get. Early on in the race, when I was about 1/4 mile from this street corner right here, I was jogging along, and I said I'm gonna go straight. And I was like, we've got the pedometer. I can go any direction that I want. I go, I'm gonna decide and I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna turn on a dime. And the message came to me that companies that wanna succeed in 2010 and beyond need to be able to turn on a dime. Not stop on a dime, but turn on a dime. Pausing on a dime is fine, but we don't stop. The more we stop, the more we get stuck. As I was jogging, I noticed my reflection in one of these mirrors. And as I looked, I noticed that I was leaning forward in a nice direction with good running form. And at that point, I knew, even though I had untrained and I hadn't even stretched. Didn't even stretch that morning, hadn't stretched leading up to it. But I knew as I was leaning forward like that, my back was gonna be okay. And the message to me at that point was, look forward, lean forward, go in the direction of the future, and don't look back. Learn from the past, but don't live in the past. As I was jogging early on, it was very awesome having the pedometer because I could go anywhere I wanted to. There was no lanes that were closed. It was up to me to decide where I wanted to be on purpose in this mission, go everywhere I needed to go. And life is a lot like that. When you're untraining and you don't have an exact direction that you're going, you're able to turn and go in whatever direction that you're supposed to learn whatever lesson you're supposed to. Bump into any people that you're supposed to, bump into the right companies, bump into whatever you're supposed to. A funny thing happened to me when I was running the marathon. I was jogging along, and then all of a sudden somebody says, "Yeah, go for it!" And I looked over at him, and he said, "Yeah, I'm getting ready to work out." And I started laughing as much as you can laugh while you're running a marathon. And it came to me that since I was running the marathon alone and I wasn't running the LA marathon, I was running the Steve Jones marathon, I didn't really have many people around to support me. And there's lots of times in our lives when we think we're all alone, and there's somebody around there that may be a stranger, a family member, a friend, just giving you that level of encouragement and inspiration. I inspired him, and he inspired me. That's the way that we need to do it in this day and age.